welcome back to Lloyd and JD, the best fucking podcast in the world. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD. All right there?
I almost choked.
On the iced tea?
On life.
On life.
You know when you like try to swallow and it just didn't want to go down?
No.
Okay. That just happened to me.
Yeah.
So I think I had pasties.
Right.
When I was drinking. I don't know. Let's just move on.
It was just like a perfect storm of weird stuff.
Yeah, let's just move on from it.
So what's new and exciting with you, man?
I've just been working nonstop, masonry. I'm looking forward to a couple of new games coming out. Winter's coming.
Winter's coming?
I'm getting ready for it.
Oh, okay, I thought that was the name of the game.
No, that's like Game of Thrones shit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, is this a Game of Thrones game?
No, I'm just getting ready for winter, really.
Right.
Like, I need to... Well, I think winter's going to be bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Summer, honestly, is one of the worst summers I think I've ever had.
Well, number one, I'm surprised that, like, everything is green. I mean, I'm looking, like, my grass never looks
Well,
like
we got a lot of rain, and we did get some sun, but it was just bad, man.
Yeah.
Like... leaves are already turning yellow out there, like, because plants, we've had so many, like, dark, rainy days. They don't know what the fuck's going on, do they?
Yeah. We had a frost warning the other day, so I mean, you know.
Yeah, see shit like that. I don't like that, man. Like, we're in August.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
We don't. I think we just don't have summer anymore. Like, it's kind of like we get our day, like we had ours back in July.
It just makes
that
me
was
want to
summer.
move. Like, why don't I live in BC? You know.
Yeah. I kind of look at it. I was joking. I was like, hey, I remember the summer of July 24th. You know, people are like, what? I'm like, well, we really had the one day that was really good.
Kind of crap, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to the winter now because usually we have a nice hot summer, and by the end of the summer, I'm sick of the heat. Usually, like there's been a few summers there where I've been like, fuck, man, like I need a chilly day. I'm fucking dying here. I'm at like weeks where we don't go without rain.
Right.
And we're just like 30, 28.
Well,
like,
and then everything's like burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
And that's what we're used to.
And then,
because in reality, we really don't have a long summer season.
So it's nice when you just get days.
So I mean,
of sun.
my only hope is that we don't see any kind of winter activity till like December. That it's a long, drawn out September.
No, you're fucking nuts. It's gonna snow like fucking next week. You know it.
I hope not.
Especially up here, Mordor.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, actually, July. Like my first cousin came in July, and he went to visit my mom, so he was driving through the mountains. And it snowed.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It was just like
actually you could see snow in the mountains for quite a lot through the summer. Yeah, which is weird. Usually they're just like kind of a light brown color, and yeah, it's been horrible and it's been depressing. So I've been trying to work my ass off because I look for it's gonna be a snowy winter.
So you're looking forward to what, new Call of Duty? Is that kind of?
Yeah, I got that going on. Looking forward to seeing how my plants turn out. I got some tomatoes and cucumbers. I said my cucumbers last is pretty infected, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to how all the crops turn out. I wanted to pickle a bunch of shit. I watch a lot of YouTube. Yeah. I watch a lot of cooking channel. Like, you just kind of get shit that pops up. I'm watching like 13th century cooking shows and shit. Like the weird Depression era cooking. Like just the
like
weird.
How to bake a potato?
Yeah.
20 different ways.
They literally baked an apple.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck? Could you imagine? Your mum just bakes an apple. Like, bitch, you ain't even trying anymore. You ain't even trying. You didn't even cut it up. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of funny stuff like that. But then I wanted to get into like just trying to learn how to preserve stuff. Right. I don't know like what I'm doing. I think it's weird that as humans, we've just lost touch with just everything. Like we just everything's just on our plate. Like you just don't even know how to make a pickle anymore.
Right.
Like I should know how to make a pickle. It's a pickle. Yeah. Like my nan, you know what I mean? Like they must have just been making pickles left, right, and center. But like, I don't know. So I want to learn how to like do stuff like that, and age meat, and I've just been learning more stuff like that, and really like enjoying home life like a lot, like potting around the house and learning,
Yeah. I think I mentioned the last podcast, like if the world, something bad were to happen, I think a lot of people, especially people that live in the city,
wouldn't know what the fuck to do. But that's the dangerous part, because instead of working together, we'd end up fighting each other, and there'd be a lot of rape and crime, and that's horrible because it's just not. It's not nice to think that would happen.
I think there would be help to begin with, but as things became more
you'd have
scarce,
to get out soon.
It would, yeah.
I would leave early on. I have enough knowledge where I would leave the city.
Yeah.
Like, I'd take what I need and maybe go to somewhere, a smaller town. Or I don't know. I'd get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the truth of the matter is that if something were to happen, grocery stores would last a whole day.
Yeah, you got to rely on hunting and your knowledge.
If you look at anything like that happens, like in Florida when they have tornadoes or you know, hurricanes,
it's just brutal.
Whip through there, like water, for example, like they're out of water instantly. It's like it's all gone.
Well, even when I remember when it flooded in Calgary, I didn't even really know about it at the time. Like, I live on Highland.
Yeah, and
at the time of this going on, I was kind of a home dweller and I'd been working a lot, and because of the rain, I'd been at home a lot. So I was living in a basement suite at the time, and I'd been in gaming a lot and stuff. So I went to the grocery store, and everyone was like grabbing water, and like people were buying like just carts of water. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? Yeah. Like, I did my shopping. I asked the lady, like, why the fuck is everyone buying water? She was like, downtown's flooded. And I was like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? I had no idea.
And
I
you're
had no
like,
TV.
Isn't there too much water?
Yeah. I had no TV at the time because I didn't buy cable. Like, this is before I had a child.
Yeah.
So I didn't pay for cable. I didn't need kids shows.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know, my life was simpler. So
yeah, I
had no idea. But yeah, even then, and like, come on, that wasn't that life threatening. I'm sorry, but it wasn't. It was devastating in the fact that, like, if you owned a house down there, you paid hundreds of thousands in repairs, and it's devastating in that count, but no one died. Everyone was safe. It was a slow thing. It wasn't like a flash flood. We didn't, you know what I mean? People weren't just like holding on in the streets like, help me, you know. It was relatively controlled. The biggest impact was people needing money and resources.
Yeah. Well, it's
we pulled together as a community,
right?
But yeah, I just thought it was a little insane that people were like buying grocery stores out of water. It was just like, I've been living at home this whole time. I have water. Yeah. You guys want to come to my house? You guys can fill up your water bowls if you'd like. I don't pay for the water bill.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't make sense to me. I had water on my outside taps, my inside taps. Like,
yeah.
You can come fill it up.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man, is that people just...
It wasn't even close to the apocalypse and people went nuts.
Yeah.
It took...
and that's what I mean. If something really, really happened... I know.
That's what... It scared the shit out of me.
Central power gets knocked off.
Oh, fuck.
And, you know, your water gets all, you know, messed up. Like
that. And that's my biggest thing is fridgeless. What do you do?
Yeah.
I don't know how to preserve anything without my fridge. Everything goes into the fridge.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Like, so I was like, I just need to know how to look after things, like, and how to preserve items and how to, things are supposed to be done. So,
and like I said, I think, you know,
YouTube's
it's largely
a great
lost.
resource for things like that.
Yeah. Well, there's that one channel. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like Primitive Plus, like watching Primitive
Really?
Plus, where the guy like digs in the ground with a stick and he makes a jacuzzi and a pool.
Yeah, he's crazy good, that guy. And he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just goes and he makes whatever. He's like,
I subscribe to that guy. He's crazy. Yeah. He just makes a hut in like 12 hours.
Makes a hut, makes
like
a well, makes
This guy's
ovens.
making bread in like 12 hours and he's sitting back eating bread at the end. Like, okay, yeah, sweet.
But that's the thing is like he knows.
But we lost touch with that. Don't you find it so weird? It's like the best way I've heard it described, and I think I might have said this on the fucking page before. I probably have, but who cares? Who's watching those?
Yeah.
We're like a race of people with amnesia.
Yeah. Yep.
We have no idea how we got here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gone. Like, where are we from? No idea.
Yeah. well, could you imagine somebody drops an EMP and everything electronic just goes?
Yeah.
I mean,
lose everything.
People would lose their minds.
Yeah.
I mean, people are so into their cell phones; they rely on it so heavily for information. And I mean, I'm included in that. I mean, I use that kind of stuff a ton. But at least, you know.
See, I'm a bit different. I use it, but it's not the only thing that would suck for me. I wouldn't know phone numbers anymore.
It wouldn't matter. Your phone wouldn't work.
No, exactly. So that's the only thing I'd lose. But for Facebook and that, I honestly, it's just, I use it because I'm bored or because I'm just, I'll watch funny videos and stuff, but I don't, I don't know. I take 2 hours to text people back. Like, people go crazy sometimes because...
See, and I don't understand that. You know, when I text somebody, it's like saying, hey, when you have the time, let me know.
Yeah, and like, I'm not really. I'll sit at home and I'll just flip through Facebook sometimes because I'm sitting there doing fuck all.
I don't even use Facebook.
And I'm bad for that, I think. But if it was gone, I just wouldn't use it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up without it though. So I guess I always have that memory of not having it, and that there are other things to do. It's like kids these days would probably die inside if you told them that they couldn't have Wi-Fi tonight. So my boss was talking about how his Wi-Fi went out for like 2 hours, and apparently his kids just like couldn't grasp the fact that they couldn't have Wi-Fi for like 2 hours.
See, and that's insane. It's
just
like
2 hours.
It's too much.
Like just can't grasp it.
Can't grasp it, and not only that, like what they would be doomed.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean 2 hours?
Yeah. It's there. It's always there. Why is it not there?
No.
Yeah.
No.
People wouldn't cope well with those kind of situations. And I mean, like I said, if an EMP went off and everything was gone, I think the world would be, especially North America, would be in for a rude awakening. I think people would struggle.
I feel like of all the places to live, though, we live in such a bountiful place. The winters are harsh.
Yeah.
And can be, we do have to eat a lot of animal fat. If you were, I'm just saying, in an apocalypse setting, if you are going to live here and live through the winters, you would have to eat a lot of animal fat because you're not going to be eating much berries or fruits or vegetables. So, but that's where preserving comes in. You can learn ways to dig holes in the ground and keep, potatoes, onions, all sorts of things fresh all the way through the winter and not frozen. And that way,
you'd be fighting bears for berries in the fall.
For sure, but that's part of living.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fear here. The wildlife, even that wolf that jumped on the guy camping in Banff.
Yeah.
He went to hospital with puncture wounds all over his arms. Literally had to fight a wolf off, and it started dragging him away.
Yeah, because he was going to eat him.
Yeah, that's fucking scary. Wolves are huge and strong.
Yeah.
So,
and usually don't work alone.
And that happened just like in the modern day. So imagine being alone and that guy that was camping next door wasn't able to come out of his camper and throw a rock at its head.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Yeah. Now you're gone into the woods.
You would have been wolf chowder.
Laters.
Yeah.
So scary, man. I read that. I was actually waiting for a bubble tea in the Vietnamese shop the other day, and it was in the newspaper.
The struggle is real.
I read that, and it was actually a really nice.
Are you going to pop the top for me, or do I have to do that myself?
Oh, I love popping the top, and I like the beads inside. Oh, just so good.
Yeah.
And when they do a fresh fruit bubble tea, you're in for a real treat when it's not powder. Whew.
Yeah, it's super popular stuff too. Bubble tea.
Yeah. I always thought when I first got here, I'd actually never tried bubble tea. Yeah. And I thought bubble tea meant it was like fizzy.
No.
Or like had bubbles that would like come up. But I think it's just referring to the pearls at the bottom. Yeah. And my boss gets it without the pearls. And I was like, so technically it's not a bubble tea, is it?
No.
You just got a slushy. You twat. Why don't you go to the Max?
Well, it's not always frozen either, right?
No, like, it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. Like it's not like a slushy.
I find the powder ones are more slushy.
Yeah.
If you get the fresh fruit one, it's more of it's like a colder, smoothie kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd love going to Asia for that stuff because it's like you get them everywhere and it's like $1.
I wouldn't doubt that a lot of things I would like about Asia, like the food.
You would love the food.
Their history, like going to the castles, temples. I call them castles because I'm from England. Temples but it is huge culture shock, and I don't know if I do well there. I don't know if I'd sit well. Maybe I don't know. It kind of scares me. Asia scares me a little bit.
Yeah, but in all honesty, you should do stuff that scares you and experience life.
Yeah,
and
but then I'd have to drag London there too, and that scares me even more.
Probably love it.
And the bugs and fuck.
You know what the biggest thing is? Like when I was in Singapore, Malaysia, I didn't see hardly any bugs. Hardly any. I saw one. It was the fastest moving cockroach I've ever seen in my life, but I only saw the one. And it was just like, and he was like just there. And I'm like, oh man, it's a cockroach. And then how fast he moved. I'm like, man, that guy's like way too fast.
I don't know. It's just like so many people. It just would scare me to take my kid to there.
Right.
I don't know why. Maybe.
Going to somewhere like Singapore though, I think you would have a good time. Number one, because
it's cheap.
Singapore is not cheap.
That's the best thing.
Singapore is not cheap.
Not cheap. Okay, but I know that a lot of holidays out that way.
Malaysia is very cheap.
Can be pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So which it works in favor of someone with a family who can't spend a lot of money on a holiday.
But you see, Singapore, I think you would like, number one, because everybody there speaks pretty much English. Because it's their main language.
That's why it's not cheap there.
Yeah, it was colonized. It's quite small, very clean, very, very regulated in the sense that, you know, there's a lot of, you know, you could go leave your laptop
but that's
on
one
a
of
table,
those too.
walk away, go to the bathroom, come back. Your laptop would be there, and probably somebody cleaned it if it was dirty.
I don't know if I do that.
No, but what I'm saying is, you know, whereas in North America, if you leave your laptop in the food court, go to the washroom, like you guaranteed it's long gone by the time you get back. So I mean, it's totally different. You could forget your wallet somewhere.
The one thing is, like, out there too, you can't be smoking the weed.
No,
they'll fucking cut your head off.
Yeah, well,
and a holiday. For me, a holiday without weed would just be unfathomable.
Yeah. They give you a card in Singapore, like if you have anything to do with drugs.
They would see me in the airport and they would be putting the gloves on already.
They did that to me in Japan, so.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
So I like to go places where I can get lit still.
Right. So you might like Malaysia a little bit more, but I mean, it's still very much illegal there. Spain. Is it legal in Spain?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But I smoke it there.
Yeah.
I think it's legal.
Yeah. I don't think it's legal in the UK.
Criminalized, maybe?
Might be. Who knows? I think it's going to slowly go that route through a lot of the world.
England's just holding on to the fact that thank God I don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
That sucks. Our dispensaries here, I see the prices are coming down. There's a lot more quantity now, and it's better stuff. So I think the initial rush of getting all that crappy flour out at the beginning is kind of over, and now there's like way too much choice. Like you go in there and like I think the one by my house has over like 120 different strains that you can like pick from, and it's just fucking like overwhelming. And you're down to pretty much $35 an eighth, which is a little pricier than the street price, but from like $50 an eighth. Like some of the stuff in there is still 50, 60, $70 an eighth, which I'm never going to pay for. Like just bring your price down. I'm never going to pay for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? The shitty stuff should come down to around about 20, 25 an eighth, in my opinion. And then let's bring the good shit down, keep it around, you know, from 25 to 35.
It's just a market normalizing itself is really what it is.
But, you know, they're still trying to sell colas, a quarter of colas for like $100, which is like daylight robbery. You might as well just bend me over at the cash point and fucking insert something into me. It's so I'm not going to pay this.
It's still like I mean, it's been less than a year still. Yeah. So I mean, it hasn't been a year.
The only thing that scares me, you got the new election coming up. Is he going to change other new election? Because we all know Trudeau's not going to win again. Come on, come on. He's hated worldwide. Like,
it's just a question of what the layout of the government is. Is it going to be a majority government or is it going to be a minority government? I hope it's going to be a minority government. I mean, the truth of the matter is, if you're a staunch conservative, you're voting conservative. If you're a staunch liberal, you're voting liberal regardless. It doesn't matter. Those people tend not to move from their things. It's everybody in between that's, you know, it's going to determine how the government looks. You know.
So then I hope they don't change anything with the laws. You know, we got laws now where people can grow at home. We got laws where people can, you know, keep enough, you know, pretty much as much.
I don't think they're going to change anything because I think that the revenue that they're generating from this industry and the fact that it's creating jobs and the fact that it is generating.
But do they look at you farming it at home as revenue lost?
No, probably no more than they look at it, you know, as somebody brewing their own beer at home as revenue loss. I mean, the industries are so big. I mean, if you look at alcohol, I mean, the truth of the matter, and we discussed this like way before legalization even happened, you know, the vast majority of people are way too lazy to spend the kind of time that you spend growing your plants.
Yeah.
End of story, right? They are much happier to go and spend, you know, whatever, $10 for a joint at
it's funny because
the dispensary.
When I go to dispensaries, the hard to have people get in there, like you get all sorts.
Yeah.
Like you get guys in suit and tie that will come in. Like, you know, that guy's probably not going to spend time to grow weed at home.
No.
He's got
it's going to be people like yourself that are connoisseurs of it and you know understand a great deal about it.
Cultivators,
and, you know,
people that already
people
grow
that
plants.
Enjoy, you know, growing plants and running gardens.
Maybe had gardens already and they just plant a couple because I'm allowed.
Yeah, you know, those are the people that are going to, you know, do those kind of things. The vast majority of people they're not going to do it.
You know, it's so weird. There's going to be kids growing up where this is going to be normal to them. Like seeing a marijuana plant maybe in someone's garden or in someone's house would be normal. Like I come from a background where seeing a marijuana plant in someone's house was like, oh shit, dude, you're gonna fucking hide that shit from your neighbors. You know what I mean? Like you going down, they're going to kick your door in.
It's true.
And it's hard to get rid of that feeling.
Yeah.
Of like.
But that'll change over time. I'm sure it was very similar to Prohibition when they went from, you know, alcohol being 100% illegal to making it legal.
Yeah.
And all the things
there's
going
old
on.
houses in America that are still, you know, that go on the market that have like hidden spots in the house where people would hide their liquor, like behind fireplaces and stuff when they would drink their liquor because you weren't allowed to have open liquor during the week. Yeah. So people would hide it at places like, and these are just normal citizens, just like the normal citizens that smoke weed.
Yeah.
But they've been so demonified. I bet back then, if you drank a little bit of alcohol, people looked at you the same way.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, attitudes will change over time. And
now,
things
like people
get
so deviant drunk down there, it's unbelievable. People be all over the place, sloppy as fucking all hell, and no one even looks at them two ways.
Yeah, I don't think people appreciate that too much.
No, but if they look at him like, oh, disgusting, they're just like, oh, look at this fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it'll change over time. You know, it'll take a generation or two for it to be completely normalized.
It really took off. Like, it's not like the dispensaries are going out money anytime soon.
No, and they won't. It'll just be an industry that continues to grow, and that's why I don't think that they'll change anything legally.
Well, it's the conservatives you want to worry about.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when you're generating tax, what do governments care about? They care about revenue, right? They care about tax money.
But the conservatives also care about religion.
Yeah, but, you know, they're not going to be terribly aggressive about those things, right? You know,
right. Not once has this podcast gone a political route. Maybe we shouldn't go there today.
There you go.
Because I don't have a view on it either way.
Yeah. And on that note,
we're out.
We're out of time.
Peace.
See ya.
I need lunch.